Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and for the millions watching at home, DCK Productions proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world! The greatest podcast in the world? Suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. I appreciate it if you both suck it. Suck it!
And welcome everybody to Suck It. It is a Monday after a holiday fucking weekend. Let me tell you how fucking excited I am about that one. Yay, Monday. Jesus Christ. And and then on top of that, not only that is a fucking Monday, but then we had two major deaths in the entertainment world today. A Broadway star, and then a music legend, and the fact of Charlie Daniels. So we had a lot of stuff happen today after a holiday weekend. Just, fun stuff. Let me tell you. Excited. Let me tell you. But no, actually I'm pretty excited. Continuing on with our theme from last week and going on to this week. We have another up and coming artist that I get to highlight, which I'm really, really proud of, so now I get to do that again this week. Get to do that a few times this week. And then Friday, we're doing something that's never been done before, probably, because I'm saying probably because I have no idea, but I'm going to have 7 other podcasts on the show with me on Friday, highlighting them and highlighting everybody else. So it should be pretty fun. So today, kicking off a good week. So, fuck the Monday. We're going to go ahead and kick this week in its ass, and we're going to have a great freaking week. So to start off the day, like I said, I got another up and coming artist with me today. He goes by the name of J Sunn. He's a rap artist. He used to be an actor as well, and has been dabbled in entertainment for many, many years. And he's really starting to make a name for himself. So we'll get to him in just a minute. And then later on in the show, we'll go ahead and talk about the deaths of Charlie Daniels and then that Broadway actor who I can't remember off the top of my head. All I know is it was a heart-wrenching thing for one of my favorite actors, and Zach Braff. So, but we'll get to that later in the show after the interview. But without further ado, please welcome rap artist J Sunn to the show.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
How are you?
How you doing?
Good. How's life, man? How's things treating you?
We trying, under the circumstances, just trying to hang in there, through everything that's going on.
Yeah. Where are you at right now?
Long Beach, California. At home.
You're in California.
Quarantine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, aren't we all? Yeah. I'm in Virginia and we just reopened, but I'm afraid, I'm kind of curious to see if it's going to go the way of California or Florida and kind of see what happens from there. But who knows? Who knows?
So you guys are open.
We are in Virginia. Yes.
Wow. Like everything?
Pretty much.
With certain restrictions or?
Yes, certain restrictions. So like restaurants are technically at 50% capacity. 100% capacity as long as they social distance between the tables and stuff like that. Okay. So they just have tables marked off saying, can't sit here, but you can sit here, can't sit here. So basically like what, 50%, 75% open, I guess you could say. But it's, I went out on, I think we reopened Wednesday of last week, the 1st. And I went out for my first beer at a restaurant on Friday. I was pretty stoked about that.
Man, that's the highlight of the whole year, huh?
It really was. It's like I've been drinking at home for the last 4 months, and then I got to have a beer at a restaurant. I was stoked.
Right. Awesome.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
But now who knows? I have no idea. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so how's things going for you? I mean, you've got a bunch of cool stuff coming out that have been out too. So I mean, tell us how things are going for you,
It's interesting right now. I'm doing a lot more performances on social media platforms. You're not performing at venues. You're not doing what you used to, so you have to make do with that. I had my single come out, Up and At It. It's doing very well. I'm about to shoot the EP and the video for that. But I'm gonna also drop another single called Dizzy. It's more of a club anthem, strip club anthem. It's gonna be really, really a good song. But I have to do what I can as far as from the home audience. You know what I mean? Like use more of the platforms, use more different things like that. Use other people's platforms as well, because it's not the same as it was like 4 months ago. So it's definitely coming with a change. So
absolutely.
Throwing me a curveball. It's come throwing me a curveball, but I'm still handling it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of different artists over the last couple of weeks, and they're all going through the same thing. I mean, even I'm a stand-up comedian, so I have the same problem. I do have a show coming up on the 25th, hopefully.
Oh, really?
Yes, hopefully. So it's at a brewery nearby, so I'm hoping that that one doesn't get canceled on me. I'm just trying to get my chops back in order. So hopefully things can happen for me in the fall, but who knows?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I talked to another rap artist last week in Chef Sean, who was talking about doing a Hulu show and talking about doing a show at a drive-in, to where everyone's in their own car and doing this stuff. Like, I mean, people are just getting creative, and it's really kind of interesting.
Chef Sean is my boy too. He's actually cool. Chef Sean is really cool. He has a song with Jeremiah. He's pretty interesting. I'm supposed to be doing a track with him, but I thought of that because I've been going to the drive-in movie theater, and it's like social distancing, and everybody can see you perform. I must admit they're doing that in another country. I want to say they're doing that overseas already. Yeah, they're doing it where you sit inside the car and you go perform, and it's like, hey, you don't skip a beat. Just sit in your car, enjoy the show. Have a drink in the car, and I don't know, make it work.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just got to get creative, especially with, nowadays, I talked to Kid Capri a couple weeks ago, and he's been doing a lot of different, DJ shows on Instagram and other things like that. I mean, got to keep your face in front of the crowd and in front of the camera in order to make sure that your fans remember you. Because, I mean, in this day and age, they'll forget about you real quick.
That's the first thing. Secondly, you want to make sure you sharpen your tools, because you can perform today, and it's like a basketball. You shoot a ball today, and don't shoot it 2 months, and then you're rusty. So you want to keep your tools sharpened up. And you're good as your name, like you said, like it's yesterday. If you don't enchant and chat with the crowd and engage with them, then they'll forget about you, because it'll be another you tomorrow.
Absolutely. There really will be, especially in the music industry. I mean, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if it's country, it doesn't matter if it's pop, doesn't matter if it's rap, doesn't matter if it's rock or metal. There's always somebody chasing your tail.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't let it down, for sure.
No, you cannot. I mean, it's just one of those things. So talk about your start, because you had an interesting start in everything. So talk about how, where you came from and how you got to this point.
I came from Compton, California, born and raised, but I grew up in the system, like in the foster care and stuff. So that was my first adversity I was going through, just going through the system and being raised in like poverty and trying to make those things work, and losing my mother and losing my father. So I lost my parents, Then I grew up in the system for a while. I started doing tumbling. I started doing gymnastics and used those acrobatics for like films. I had a good little look back then. I started modeling and stuff. And I had a talent agent come up to me at a talent show, like, hey, you got some talent. Like, have you thought of pursuing it? I was like, yeah. They're like, have you thought of doing music at all? I'm like, not really. I'm already into the acting and modeling stuff, but it's like, try some music. I did one song with a group called 3NIT. Shout out to Tony and Max. That was a group I was in for about maybe 3 years just to get my feet wet. But I began to get confidence in believing in myself, believing in what I can do. Because when you go on stage and you're with somebody else, you can look on stage and that's a sense of your comfort. But I wasn't confident enough. I had to build my confidence up, and I just started doing shows, and people started retaining to me, started doing music, started tapping in my inbox, started writing me more, like, hey, get more, we want more, we want more. So now you're engaged with the fans. You don't want to let them down. So now the fans are looking for your music. They're checking for your music. So what I learned with this business too as well, like you said, you can go cold turkey. You got to engage with the fans. You got to give them what you want. So I started giving more and more and more, and they just like tune in. It's like I'm like, okay, this is where I need to be at. This is my lane right here. And that's it in a nutshell. That's in a brief summary. That's my lane. They're receptive, and I'm giving them more. They're receptive, and I'm giving them more. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I mean, that's usually how the way it goes. I mean, I know you kind of were hesitant about getting into music, but do you you don't regret it, or you wouldn't have changed it for the world, would you?
No, the thing was I was hesitant because I wasn't sure. Uncertainty bothered me. It bothered me in the sense of I was sure when I had my group, but I was uncertain when I went solo. You know what I mean? So now I just embraced it. Now I'm not. I have what it takes. I have all the artillery. I have all the firepower. I'm sure of myself. I'm not looking for nobody else's shoulder. I can lean on my own. You know what I mean? So I had to become my own, and that's what I was uncertain of. Like, where's my brothers at? I'm by myself, and that's what the one thing you do, when you do music or like you said, like stand-up comedy or anything. When you're up there by yourself, that's what it is. It's you and the crowd. You can't fail the crowd, but you will not fail yourself. Now, if you're in a group, you can fail the crowd in certain ways because you might have a problem with amongst the group or something. But it's just you in a group. I like that energy. I like it just me by myself where I can go up there and give them all I got. And if something does transpire, then I know it's my fault. I can look at me at the end of the day in the mirror. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a little bit different on the stand-up comedy side because I mean, I kind of love the crowd interaction. I love being trolled. I love being, heckled. That's like my Christmas.
Wow.
Oh my God. Like if I'm on the internet and I post something and somebody gets all, butthurt and starts, trying to troll me or whatever the case might be, or tries to, just post an opinion or whatever the case might be, that is a polar opposite of me. I love that. Like I said, that's my Christmas. I love just tearing into people that, try to, finagle me, I guess you could say.
Right.
I'm not gonna crack. I'll make you go.
You're
home.
not gonna crack.
No, hell no. I'll make you go home feeling embarrassed and crying to your mom. I mean, come on.
You won't budge. I love it. No
Hell
pressure
no.
at all for you. Nope. I love it.
No. The pressure is waiting for that person to crack. I'm like, come on, give it to me.
That's how you know you're destined for greatness, but you're destined to be who you are. That's what compels you. That's your legacy. That's my story right there. Like, hey, this is what I do for sure. This is what I do, and this is my calling.
Absolutely. So at what point did you say, this is, for me, this is where I need to be?
About 4 years ago, I said, hey, I'm going full steam, full throttle. I'm not going to stop. And now the endeavors and everything is paying off. I kept saying to myself, like, whatever you do, James, whatever you do, J Sunn, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. And lots of adversity came. You have untimely deaths come. You have this, you have that. But I just don't know how to give up no more. I don't know how to give up. I just know how to keep going. But anything, though, music made me strong enough not to give up with nothing, though. So it made me that much more relentless with anything in life.
So 4 years ago, what changed?
I think what changed was my focus and the timing, and it was the focus and the timing. It was the perfect time. Like, okay, and my focus, like, there was no more complications. There was no more things in my face. There was no more things in my way. And so now I will sign, just go all in, And so now there's a straight passage for me now. There's nothing in my way. There's nothing. I don't let nothing get in my way. This is part of me. Music is part of me every day.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I mean, music is part of my soul. I mean, I started out in the entertainment business as a guitarist, like a touring guitarist on a couple different bands, doing a couple things. And, it's in my soul. I mean, I can't go a day, regardless of whether I'm just sitting in bed or, being lazy as all fuck, or if I'm in my car, if I'm just,
Right.
I mean, I have to sometimes, give it a break, and sometimes I'll have to listen to a podcast or listen to a talk show just to kind of freshen my brain and clear my head. But more than an hour without listening to music, it's like, okay, I got to go back to it, and it's just one of those things that, it helps me with my depression. It helps me with my, my anxiety. And it's just like one of those things that, makes me appreciate the world that much more. So like, when I talk to people like you or Chef Sean, or, I talked to John Doe last week, whatever the case might be, or the country artist that I talked to on Monday of last week, it's like, I just have this utmost appreciation for you guys, because sometimes,
Thank
you guys get lost in the music, and, sometimes you guys don't hear it enough about what you're actually doing for the people.
Right. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest rap guy. I've told everybody that, and I have no problem, expressing that.
Right.
But when I get, ready for an interview, I put all my, okay, I'm not talking to a metal guy. I'm not talking to a rock guy. I got to put that off to the side for a second. I'm going to go ahead and listen to this strictly as a musician. How do I feel about this music? And everyone I've, listened to and talked to in the last week has really impressed me, because, talking to you, talking to Kid Capri, talking to Chef Sean, and all these other guys I've talked to, it's like y'all have killed that 90s, early 2000s stereotype of rap artists, that everyone's a drug dealer, everyone's in a gang, everyone smokes this, everyone does this, and it's like y'all are just crushing that.
Right.
And it's so freaking cool to see.
Well, we try. What I learned is just like that's not everything, a lot of people have the stereotype about that, but it's just not everything. It's not everything in that aspect, not at all.
No, 100%. And I knew that, but coming up in the 90s, when I was, in the midst of it all, I came out of the 90s into the 2000s, and now I'm seeing a bunch of the idiot mumble rappers, continuing that stigma, and they're giving y'all a bad name that are sitting there trying to, do the right things in this world.
Right.
So again, I commend you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
No problem. So you said you're going to be working on an EP soon, right?
I'm working on my EP now.
Okay.
This is the best time now because I can't travel. I'm not traveling as much. I did get my passport again so I can get back to traveling, but obviously we can't travel. But I was going to do a little small tour, but that's out. So I'm just stacking my songs, getting more production, spending more time in the studio, working on more music. I'm actually got a song that I'm doing with Chef Sean too as well. So I'm staying busy and staying pretty agile and light on my feet. Like today I got to go to the studio in like about another 2 hours. I'll be there working on another new single. But after this, I'm sending my song straight to some of the hottest DJs. Let them drop the songs out right now. I'm finna go ahead and flood them. Then I got a video shoot in like another week and a half. So I got to be quarantined for that. But it's going to be a nice video shoot at a villa, on a villa. So I'm just staying with it.
That's awesome. So are you planning on continuing just to release singles and EPs, or are you looking to pull out a full-length album?
You know what? I'm going to do like 3 singles, then I'm going to drop the album.
Okay.
I'm going to do 3 singles, drop an album.
How many songs are you looking to put on that album?
That album I put like maybe 10.
Okay.
Because, now music changed. So you got songs that's like 2 minutes, almost like a minute, 59 seconds. Like that's a whole song. Then they got 6 songs, 5 songs, which is an album. I'm like, whoa. I don't want to cheat the fans. I want to give them everything. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I know times change, but it's like, I'll give you guys 10 or 12 songs, and every song will be like at least 230 or more.
Nice. And that's another thing I've noticed too, coming out of the rap community over the last week and a half, is on the rock side, on the metal side, we've got artists that are not putting out albums anymore. They're just saying, you know what, we're going to put out 6, maybe 7 singles in a year. Just you constantly remember us. And they're just not putting out albums anymore because they don't think that's the future. But then I got, everyone I've talked to in the last week and a half is like, I'm dropping that full length album. But the thing about it is I'm not going to let you forget about it in 6 months. No, it's going to be so good. You're going to be listening to it for the next year. And then I'm going to hit you with another one. And I love that mentality because it's like, it's two totally different worlds with two totally different mentalities, but you all are going into it thinking the exact same thing. You know, the Rock, guys are thinking, hey, I'm just going to, when you start to miss me, I'm going to give you something else. Just when you start to miss me, I'm going to give you something else. But y'all are thinking, oh, hell, no, I'm going to give you 10 songs that you're going to listen to for the next 10 months and you're not going to forget about.
Right.
So I like that mentality. I mean, both mentalities have their place, but I like what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. What I don't want to get caught up on, and I have my opinion. I don't want to get caught up on that mumble rap, jumbo, whatever you want to call it, because I can't listen to a full album of that. I cannot. It irks my ear. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what you're saying. You're talking about lean and drugs the whole time. Like, let's fix the problem. What are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and some of those mumble rap guys, you know, I can't even remember his name, but because they all kind of look alike at this point.
Right. Everybody look alike.
They do. And they'll have Lil in front of their name and they all have tattoos on their faces. That's all I know.
Right. With dreads.
Yeah. And you know, and most of them are suburban white dudes.
Right.
That are trying to, act something that they're not. And that's what pisses me off the most.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because that gives a bad name to people like hell, even everyone from Eminem to even though they feud, Machine Gun Kelly, the guys in the rap scene that are doing it right, and then you got these, anyway. But some of these guys were talking shit about Tupac and Dre in the '90s, saying that they're better than them. It's like, dude, who the fuck you talking to? It's like, really?
Right. They're all the way wrong, all the way. They're discombobulated. For sure.
Yeah, and then you listen to some of their lyrics. It's like, what are y'all talking about?
I don't know. All I know is guns and lean and the strongest pill form you can get is Norcos. That's what I just like, bro. You just talking about concoction of guns, drugs, and Norco and lean and syrup, cough suppressant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking like, whoa, bro, that's a heart attack. All you think about you're talking about a heart attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they just, and you have all these kids that are just praising their every existence. And it's just like, please tell me that you're going to grow up and realize that you're wrong.
I think what I've learned from a transition of people that grew up with like Tupac and stuff, people was telling me like the fan bases now that people have is extremely big for like these, I don't want to say untalented, because some people have talent, but it's just they choose the wrong lane and choose the wrong topics. But they have these extremely big fan bases, and you have social media too, so people just following their every move. So it's just like, you guys got all these fans for talking about drinking lean, eating syrup, or whatever you want to call it, and crushing pills and drinking them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's sad because it really is. Because I mean, I've never seen a community of people such as the rap industry and the rock industry and all the other industries that have come together to kind of hate on mumble rap the way they do. I mean, I'll listen to I'll watch documentaries on some of my favorite, rock artists, and they're in their car or in their limo or whatever the case might be, listening to 90s rap to help give them inspiration. I mean, I mean, it's one of those things where like, even, my generation of metalheads appreciates the stuff that came out then at that point, and they're looking at some of the stuff today. It's like, but then like I said, Chef Sean and and John Doe are all like putting out some really cool stuff. Eminem's still putting out great stuff. All these guys that were around then are still keeping it alive. So it's like, thank God somebody is
right. Yeah. But I don't think that like a lot of these artists get I don't want to say praised, but they're just due. Like, you will never, I love those certain artists, but these people rather listen to these other guys. Like, whoa. They will have a whole concert sold out. I'm like, I like Eminem. I grew up on Eminem. It's just like, he's just a dope lyricist. Like, the dude is so deep and so cold with it and got so much wordplay. You just sit there like, whoa, this guy. And I don't think there's nobody who out rap him. Nobody can battle that man. He's standing in his own lane. I don't care if you're talking about the Jay-Z's and Kanye's. That man's over here and they're over there.
100%.
Like, he's really that great. And nobody wants to battle him. Nobody on this planet wants to battle that man, because he'll eat you out and chew you out and spit you out for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I mean, he is a living legend. I mean, there's
He's the great for sure.
He is. I mean, he's on the level of Pac and Biggie. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Exactly.
There's
for
no
sure.
doubt about it.
But
and I go ahead.
Go ahead. Even with that, even with him being on the level of Pac and Biggie, their storytelling, they're doing everything. This man can storytell. He can make words up. It's just like he can stack words. I'm like, bro, this dude is articulate. And he's like, it's a different type of man.
Yeah,
it's different. It's like, yeah, my favorite rapper is Tupac, but my favorite lyricist is him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Tupac is still one of those guys that I can go back and listen to, and be like, damn, this guy was just sick,
ahead of his time. Yeah,
he really was. And because I can hear, I think the best artist, doesn't matter if it's rock, rap, pop, whatever, and take a little bit of everything and incorporate everything into their music. Therefore, it can shine on any level. Pac was big about that. He had always a live band behind him. Lots of rappers don't these days. It's just a DJ, mixing. But when you have that real band behind you, now I don't know if you do or don't, so I'm not trying to exclude you here. But I mean, the ones that do that are on another level, because that means that they have to keep that beat with that band behind them.
That band, right? And it's live.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just one of those another level thing. I think he did that. I know Eminem still does that. I know
Jay-Z does it. Jay-Z does it too.
JD does it. Yep, JD does it too. Jay-Z. And those are just. I think I love that part of it, because it's nice to see that it's not all about the Pro Tools.
No, it's not all about that. Enable and Pro Tools and all that stuff. No. It's not all about that machine. It's about, whoa, okay, this guy has some talent. You can't just let the talent play in a machine. No, you can't do that. That's why certain things you don't want to always lip sync. You just want to get up there and give like, oh, okay. Don't hide your talent. Don't hide it. Let it out for sure.
100%. It's just, I like I said, I just appreciate all types of music. And like I said, when you can incorporate all genres into one song, and some people hate him, some people love him. Like, I'm a big fan right now of Post Malone.
I love Post Malone. I love him.
Oh my God, I love that guy to death. And then doing some research on him and listening to some of his stuff, that dude was in a metal band in high school and all the way through college, and then he came into the rap world and he's doing his own thing with rap and R&B and
his own lane, everything.
He is. And then his most recent album, he teamed up with Ozzy Osbourne on a couple songs. It's like, dude, who the hell are you? I have the utmost respect for that man. So, I mean, I love it when people take their own lane, like you were saying, your own lane, your own drive, and just do what you do best.
And what I like about Post Malone too as well, he has his own lane. There's no, like, when you think of Post Malone, you're like, you can't compare him to nobody. Like, those type of artists, they got longevity. And if you want longevity, you got to be creative and you got to have your own stature, your own brain. If not, and you try to follow somebody else, like, oh, I'm gonna get a little bit of him, a little bit, because I try to do everything on my own. And that's the thing I like about Post Malone. Like, I'm like, dude, this dude is really dope. He's like really, really good.
He is. So I was just going to say, so I mean, how are you going to be able to stay in your own lane? How are you going to be able to keep on changing it up? Therefore, you stay fresh at all times. I mean, what's your path from here on forward? I
change with the times, but I stay true to myself. So I can adapt to any type of music, but I'm gonna be true to myself first. I'm not gonna sell my soul for nothing. I'm not gonna just like go along with the flow. I don't do that. I set my trend and I run my own trend. I run my own brand. I do it like that. If I stay humble and stay cool and stay down to earth and stay applying pressure, giving you guys music, and giving you guys timeless music, then that's how I stay alive. It's all about giving you guys timeless music. Like, bro, this will never get old. Like, it's just like Tupac. It's timeless music. If I give you guys something timeless and something like concrete, that's how I stay relevant, period.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. So, I mean, would you, like, say, for instance, your management called you up tomorrow and said, hey, this rock band heard you on the radio. They want to, collaborate with you. Would you do it?
Yep.
That's the answer I was looking for.
In a heartbeat.
Absolutely. That's what I was looking for, too. I mean, there's been a lot of good cross collaborations, whether it be rap and country with, whatever that song was called with Billy Ray Cyrus, that just annoying in the back of your head type song. Or, you know, a lot of rock and rap in the last year. Just a lot of good stuff. And
it can actually be a brand, boss. It could actually be a Derek. It could actually be rock rap. Why wouldn't? Why we can't create that? Why we can't create rock rap? Why we can't?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of bands out there that are doing that right now. Like one of my favorites is Falling in Reverse. The lead singer is a great rapper as well as a great singer and screamer, and he's a musician all the way around. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, Linkin Park back in the day was good at that kind of stuff.
They're dope. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I like that. That group is dope. Yeah. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's why I like.
Even back in the 80s, I mean, Public Enemy and Anthrax did the kind of like the first, you know, collaboration like that. And a lot of people don't even know that exists.
Wow.
But yeah, that was before even the Run DMC Aerosmith. That was before a lot of that stuff. But yeah, that was just like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anthrax and Public Enemy. That was just like,
wow,
it was crazy. So if you ever get a chance, Google that. That shit is crazy.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah.
What I like about that, it shows that it can be done. So for me, like I like rock groups. I like their sound. I like their screams. I like just everything. They're enchanting sounds. It's just like you got to capture those sounds and you can just squeeze in there, boom, give them a cool little 16 verse. Like, oh, that was sick. It'll just make the whole song just blow. It'll make it big.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of those things. I mean, and that's another thing I love about music in general is, you know, what you're saying right now. You know, I can go to a rock festival that has maybe a rap artist on it or a DJ or something like that, and just kind of thrown in the mix. And, you know, there'll be 15, 20,000 people in this, you know, whether it be a fairgrounds or inside of a stadium, whatever the case might be. And you're just seeing, you know, all faces, all colors, all religions.
I love it.
Everything. And that is like the greatest feeling in the world, you know,
yes, sir.
Seeing that. And it warms my heart. But then, like, it seems like the rest of the world outside of those gates can't grasp that concept.
A lot of people's narrow-minded. Give you a little backstory. I worked at the Warped Tour and I worked at the Monster like rock thing. That was probably the best concert I got to go to, period. It was just mosh pits. It was fun. Everybody having fun, drinking monsters. Like, those things are untimely to me. Like, and I don't want to say this, but in our rap cultures, it's a little bit different. But when you go to that, something like that, it's just like nonstop adrenaline rush. Can you get what I'm saying? Like nonstop. You get there at 9 o'clock and be over 12 o'clock. From 9 to 12 is pure. Like, I'm like, whoa. Like, let's do that again, you know, but yeah. You get the mosh pits and you get everybody's drinking, having fun. It's just like, woo. You get a sense of relief from the real world. That it's like a untimely dream that I'm having. Like, when I was in that moment, I was working here too. I had to work the event. I'm like, whoa. I want to take my shirt off and get involved. This just looks fun, you know? But I ended up doing it at the last day. They let us have fun at the mosh pits and have fun at the concert, and it was just like, whoa, I got to see all the bands and stuff. It was just like, I've been to battle of the bands and stuff. So things like that, they captivate me. Like, just their energy that they have is just like nonstop on cue. Like, it's something to see for sure.
That's awesome, man. I'm so glad that you said that, because again, I love people like me that are willing to step out of their genre to, you know, respect others. You know, and that is rare these days. So my hat's off to you, brother. My big time.
Warped Tour. You been to Warped Tour?
Yeah, I've been to Warped Tour.
I love all those. All those things. Awesome.
Yeah, it's sad. Well, that ended now, so they're done touring. Yeah. So I mean, they're still doing it every year, but they're doing it in one location every year, and then so basically, if you want, I think it's New Jersey.
Oh, I had fun there. I went there it was like 9 years ago or something like that, 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're doing that. I think they're only doing it like in Jersey once a year now. I think I might be wrong on that, but I'm not 100%. But I know it's still kind of going on, but they're not doing the full tour. Because I mean, that full tour with 20 bands and this and that going on, there's no money in it. You're going to end up losing money.
They were sponsored by the Monster drinks. Everywhere you come, everybody was out there fainting, having monsters in their hand. It was them boys passing out 20, 30 30 monsters per person. I'm like, whoa! Every time I look up, is a monster. That's everybody was on the adrenaline.
It's amazing they didn't drop dead of a heart attack from the too much adrenaline.
Man, those monsters they was giving them free. I'm like, whoa. So I know Monsters sponsored a lot of those
They still do.
festivals. Right? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they still do. They still have the Monster Energy Tour and then the Rockstar Energy Tour. So both energy drinks. So still have their own tour that they do as far as like rock and metal and stuff like that goes every year.
That's dope.
And I don't think that's ever going to change. And I mean, I would love to see. Like I said, I would love to see on those types of tours more collaborations, though. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just kind of really open up the stage to more.
I'm down to collab. I'm down to collab with you. I'm down to collab with your friends. I'm down to collab with other rock bands. That's the thing about me. I'm down for all that stuff. I can hear a sound, hear a jingle, and it's over. I've got the song done in an hour. That's how it works. You know what I mean?
So when you plan on releasing that next song of yours?
The next song, Dizzy, I'm going to do 2 weeks from now, 2 Fridays from now. So not this Friday, not the next one, but the next one. So two Fridays from now, I'm going to release it.
Gotcha. So you said earlier that it's going to kind of be like a party club, dance club, strip club type anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel kind of shitty knowing that they can't play that in those types of places right now?
Yes, but in essence, first it was just a strip club song, but I had to tweak some things, add some things in there, and now it became like, oh, it's not just strip. Now it's just like more of a party song, so they can be played now pretty much anywhere. You can play it on Instagram, you can play it anywhere, play it like whatever you got going on. It'll be one of those songs that'll get caught up through some of the major DJs. They'll have it playing, so it won't have to just be at that one location now. Because when I first heard it, I'm like, hey, this is just for the strip club. I cannot hear it nowhere else. Now we hear it. It's for parties, strip clubs, so it can go now. Actually, it's a more universal platform.
Nice. That I love that. I can't wait to hear it. I listened to some of your other stuff, and I'm just like, I can hear so many other influences in your music. It's just there's a lot going on. Who are some of your biggest influences?
I like Chris Brown. I like Usher. I'm an R&B kind of guy. Hip hop wise, I like Tupac. I like Jay-Z, Rick Ross. I'm a very big fan of Prince. I like Ty Dolla $ign. So I like some of that funky stuff. I like Nate Dogg. I like some of that funky kind of stuff. So I do like melodic stuff, melodic and hip hop. So when you might hear singing stuff, that's me too as well. So I don't just try to be in one lane. I try to tweak and move in different stuff too as well.
Yeah. I feel you on the Prince stuff, man. Prince is one of the greatest of all time, dude. I mean,
for sure.
But that's across all genres. Because nobody can ever sit there and say, no, Prince was not my thing. I don't care what genre you listen to. It's one of those songs, those people that just emanates with everybody.
Man, that dude is so man. That's the only guy. He put it like this: him and Michael Jackson was too big to do a song with each other. One, but number two is if you think about Prince, that dude played every instrument.
He did. He did.
Like what?
Yeah, I mean that guy. Yeah, he's it's been what 4.5 years.
Yeah,
4 years now.
Right?
Almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when it happened, man. I was just like, damn.
Yeah,
sad.
I actually knew a guy that used to be in my band. His mom was one of Prince's dancers and musicians. Her name is Katt. Katt, shout out to Katt. She was on Sign of the Times album. She's the lady holding the guitar, playing the guitar.
Okay.
Her son was in my group, and she was able to tour, did a revival tour, did all kind of tours with him, and just was his artist. And she just gave us all kind of stories and pictures, and it was just like, whoa. Like she actually was with Prince for maybe about 17 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when looking back now, it's been like 4 or 5 years for Prince. It's been 11 for Michael Jackson. It's like, wow. I cannot believe these guys have been gone that long. And
Kobe Bryant, like what's going on?
I know. I mean, and then the country world today lost Charlie Daniels.
I've seen that.
And that guy was one of the back in the day. He was one of the few if my some memory serves me correctly, along with like other like Dolly Parton and stuff like that, that were part of the movement for as far as country goes, for you know, civil rights and all this other crap. So like they were at the forefront of it, you know, back then. And you know, so I mean, he was like a big advocate even back then, and to have him lost today is, you know, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, rest in peace. I'm sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I've never been a country guy, but you know,
I like country too.
Yeah, you know, every time Devil came down to Georgia, you know, it's just one of those. Yeah, you got to shake your ass to that one. I mean, that's just
yeah, sure.
I mean, that fiddle in that song is just it's ridiculous.
What they say? What they say he passed from?
You know, I didn't read the article. Yeah, I don't know, but then I know a big Broadway guy died today or yesterday.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. But he was my age. He was 41, and he died of COVID. So people that are saying, you know, it's only hitting the elderly and shit like that. No, dude, somebody my age just died.
Wow, you know, that's very young. 41. Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard to swallow for sure.
Yeah, and you know, over this past weekend, I've been kind of on a Broadway kick. So I've gained a whole new appreciation for Broadway, because on Friday I talked to a gentleman by the name of Rodney Hicks, who's in a new movie that is coming out tomorrow, and he was also one of the original cast members of Rent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he did Rent for a long time, then came back and did Rent again. He was two different characters for a very long time, and he's been on like Broadway all over the place. And he was like, you need to go and watch Hamilton. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch Hamilton on Disney Plus. So on Saturday I went back and I was like, you know, I'm gonna listen to Rodney's, you know, and I watched Hamilton. And by God, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, I'm gonna watch it next.
Yeah,
I like it. I like insight.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great story. Lots of, you know, music. I mean, rap, rock. It's like everything, and the lyrics that they wrote is just amazing. And then today, I was hanging out with my best friend, and we were like, you know what? I haven't seen Rent in a long time, so we went back and actually watched Rent, and I forgot how moving that shit was too. Dude. So I've been on like a Broadway kick. So to, you know, turn around and see that guy, you know, who passed away today, I was like, damn, you know. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it sucks. It is devastating, especially like I said, since knowing that he's only 2 years older than I am.
Oh,
yeah.
That COVID is real. I you know, I know people trying to say this and say that, but when it hits home, it hits home. Like, you know, and that's all you needed to do, but hit home to realize like, hey, okay, let me reevaluate what I'm doing. Let me stay more at home. Let me not. Nothing's more important than the program right now. And the program is stay at home as much as possible. That's what the program we're on right now. Like we got to figure out a way that they're gonna get this under control. And the only way you could is depopulate people, have them stay in the house, figure it out. Because if you stay inside the house, it's gonna identify who has it. Let's just say if we put us on lockdown 3 months like they did overseas. If you come out like sick and stuff, like, hey, okay, well, we're at home. Nobody should be, you know what I mean? Okay, well, he needs to go to hospital. He needs to go to hospital. Now it's just cutting down who's a carrier, who has what we're trying to find. So the more we go out, the more it's just like, do we have to do that? Like, you're gonna question yourself. Did I have to go out? Like, what was I doing? You know, but
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and with everything else that's going on right now too, I mean, what's your take on this whole, because there's been a lot of back and forth on things, you know, where are you at with the whole Black Lives Matter movement?
That's an interesting subject. Very touchy. I do believe that, how can I start this off? I believe that equality is everything. And that's where the people, everybody, that's what we're all looking for. You know, I want to talk about everybody. Like we're all looking for equality. Even our culture as African Americans are looking for equality, and that's something that we haven't had in a while. Like I think it took this to make a major turn, and the push that we're getting is amazing. Like it's there, things are changing overnight, as you can see. But one thing I want to say, I'm sorry I had to come to this. You know what I mean? Like, because I love everybody. I don't have no differences. I don't have no type of situation. But unfortunately, there's just not cops. We have racist people in the world, period. You know, so I don't want to pinpoint at a cop. I want to pinpoint the people. We as people, as a whole, as an individual, as in a whole, we have to look at ourselves before we go judge a cop. Okay, are we on this cop because of this? Or can we look at ourselves and just yesterday you said you hated this person and you didn't like this person? So you can't differentiate the two. If you're going to tell that cop to change, you need to change yourself too as well. Dig deep within yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Do you believe it's the system that failed you and your people? Or do you feel that the system's, or do you feel it's the people that are failing you?
I think it's half and half. I don't think it's just the system. I think it's half and half. I think they created it and we finished it. You know what I mean? I feel like they created the problem. I feel like we're engaged in the problem. We're entertaining the problem. You know what I mean? So put it like this. Let's say they threw something out there. Okay, now we grab it and we use it and we do this and we do that. So it goes hand in hand. It don't go just them. You can't just blame them. Well, okay, I went and stole $1 million and then I took it to the. Okay, well, check it out. You had to go do something yourself. You had to self-destruct. Not only did they self-destruct, you self-destruct too. It wasn't just them.
I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And one of my biggest things that I've been saying, for the last month, since all this started, a little bit before, longer than a month, whenever it started, was, I need everyone that's, on the other side of the fence that are arguing about, you're changing history by removing the Confederate flag, or, there's nothing wrong with what the system we have today, or whatever the case might be. If you're saying any of those things, I think that you're on the wrong side of the fence. But the more important part is, if you believe that, then I challenge anyone who thinks that to go get a 23andMe test. And there's a reason why I say that is because if you do that, doesn't matter, white, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, whatever the case might be, there's at least 1 to 2% of you that's African. Right. Because we all came from Africa. At one point in time, we were all black, and we all are in reality are Africans that have evolved and went into our own cultures. So why do people that look like me think that we're better than you? We're not. We're all fucking brothers and sisters. And,
you're right.
And people fucking forget that. And that is a sad, sad reality.
You're right. But also, we don't want to act like we're the victim to circumstance all the time. Don't be victimized unless you're victimized. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
We're not going to use it for our own convenience. Hold on. Back up with that one. I'm tired of that one. We cannot use it for our convenience. We got to use it in the right way. Hey, if it is what it is, it's black and white. It ain't in between. Don't pick and choose your battles. Hey, if there's a battle, let's all battle. If there's not, there's not. Don't be in between or convenient for your sake. So with the whole situation that's going on, yes, it's a lot of wrong going on. And yes, I'm for our people. But also, I'm not for all the other things that go on within our culture either. I'm not for all that stuff. There's good and bad and everything, but I'm not for all the. Like, we believe in our reparation. We need all this. We need this 4 acres of meal, whatever. But also, we're not for, hey, let's just sit here and do this and go do this and terrorize and sell drugs and And I'm not saying we do that as a culture, but I'm not also for that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to just gravitate because right now we matter. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Right now you feel like we matter. So hey, if we matter, let's matter the whole way around. But don't use this and abuse the system as well too.
Yeah, because I feel like over the last 5-6 weeks that this stuff has been going on, we had the riots and we had everything, the looting, and we had all this other crap happen, and then it calmed down. Now the riots and everything like that have calmed way down. But I think now that that's all done, there's been a lot more change now.
It's been changed for sure.
There has. Mississippi removed the Confederate flag from their flag. They removed the Confederate generals from the Capitol building. They're doing all this great stuff, and I think that's finally on the right track. But I hope it's not a smokescreen, and the stuff that's going on behind the scenes is still, going on.
Right.
So I hope that real change does start to come.
Right.
Because I would love, and I'm sure you agree with me on this in a way. Because I know a lot of other people do. I would love for us to eventually get to a point where we don't have to say Black Lives Matter or LGBTQ lives matter or this life matters. Or I just hope that we can get back to the point where we say life matters.
Thank you. That's all. LM. That's the new slogan. Life matters. LM.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get to that point.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
I dig that. But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you another question, but if you got something else to say, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, on a lighter version, I feel like that this brought some togetherness, and there's 3 Ds. There's divide, distract, and destroy. So all 3 of them was happening, but we can't. And now there's one more D. There's defense, and now we're at defensive situation. So we already been distracted, we already been destroyed, we already been divided, but now there's defense. And so I believe that everybody's defending the situation now. Now we're in a good state of mind. We're not 100% going to be there. It might not happen in our lifetime, but it sparked something up, and it sparked change. So I like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I live in Virginia. I don't live too far away from DC, and we've got, Black Lives Matter Road or whatever it's called over there right now, where there's just murals and, a whole bunch of good stuff going on. And I'll be driving home from work one day and I'll see on the side of the road, people of all walks of life, on the side of the road protesting right now, but peacefully. And
peacefully, right.
I've never seen in my lifetime, such collaboration, I guess you could say, such an adjoining of all cultures standing up for what's right. And it's made me very, very proud to be an American right now.
More appreciative. It makes us more appreciative. It makes us feel like, hey, we're on to something. Like, and I just like you said, it's a joyful manner. Like, everybody holding hands, and it's like, I don't know, but back in the days, my auntie used to tell me, like, everybody just knock on each other's door, like, you want dinner? Like, I want to go to those days. Like, you want dinner? I brought bread over, like. And that's what my auntie used to say, that like the neighbors used to do that, like whether you're black, white, or like, hey, I'm the new neighbor in the neighborhood, or hey, like I brought supper. Like, I'm like, whoa, where was that when that was going on?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's one thing I do miss about, that kind of stuff. I mean, living in Florida, I saw that a little bit. Living in Ohio, I saw that a lot too. That Sunday family dinner, but it wasn't just it wasn't just your family. It was your friend down the block. It was a community. I love that.
Right.
I miss that. I haven't had that in I don't know how long, and I wish we could get to a point where we have that again.
That's all I'm asking for. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. I'll come over to your house. We'll have Sunday dinner, man.
Hey, I'm all for it. You got to catch a flight. I'll be here waiting.
Hey, as long as you smoking a pork loin or something like that, we have some pulled pork sandwiches. I'll bring the coleslaw, brother.
Let's do it. Yes, sir. Get a couple of those kielbasa sausages.
Oh, from Texas. You got to get them from Texas. That's the best kielbasa.
For sure.
If you're ever in Austin, get yourself some sausage. You won't regret it. Trust me.
Man, I like that. I like tri-tip. Oh God, I love tri-tip.
Oh my God, yeah. and brisket. Oh, now you got me hungry for some barbecue, man.
For sure.
Now I need some.
Yeah,
makes me regret going to Taco Bell for dinner.
Oh man. Can't beat that barbecue.
Nope, can't beat the barbecue. Can't beat the barbecue. So you got the new single coming out in 2 weeks. You're shooting a video tomorrow, you said, or next week?
No, I got the video. I'm shooting a video like in about 2 weeks too. I'm gonna drop the single, but I'm gonna drop the video for Up and At It. You get it?
How long do you want to go ahead and before you get that out? The video out? Yeah, no, the video out. How long do you want to get that before you get that out?
Well, I'm gonna do the Up and At It video in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna drop Dizzy. So I'm gonna drop the song as well as I'll drop the video for the other song. You get it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
This song that I had, it's been out for like 2 months already.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the video now. It already has its buzz. It's already doing what it's supposed to. It's already transpiring to what it's supposed to. But I'm gonna drop. I'm just tricking myself. I'm gonna drop the song as well as drop the video for that. So now I'm gonna hit you guys with a double whammy. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I got you. Dude, all I gotta say to you is you are a fucking amazing person, and the last hour has been awesome talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm about to text Chef Sean and tell him, that he's doing it right by you two doing a song together.
For sure.
Yeah. That guy, I love that guy too. Like after the show, he immediately texted me. He's like, dude, that was awesome. Thank you. I was like,
For
okay,
sure.
you know, I got, you know, it's cool. And that guy's awesome. So, I mean, I can't wait to hear what you two pull out of your, you know, hats together, because that's going to be awesome too. So, I mean, dude, I give you all the blessings in the world. I wish you nothing but the best, and I cannot wait to see where your career goes next.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, all I know is that the people that have our backs, because I know you and I share a PR people, they're amazing people, and they're going to.
I love our PR team.
Oh my God, both of them. Yeah, both.
And they keep us busy. And they keep me busy. That's what I like. Like I don't have to chase anything. I look at my emails. Okay, go. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll get like, you know, I remember, this is just a funny story. So when I first came on with them, Holly had given me one interview, and the next thing I know, she gave me 2 and 3. And I like, at the time we were only doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then all of a sudden she's like, here's 5 more. I'm like, okay, so I guess I have a 5-day-a-week show now. And she's just continually pumping it out. And, you know, with the help of, you know, I don't know how, you know, what you can say, but well, I do use Holly.
Okay.
So they're the same company, but different people. But yeah. But Ruthie's helped out a lot too. But all I know is that company, within the 2 months that I've been using them, have taken my viewership from 500 per episode to 7,000 per episode.
Wow. A shout out to Holly and Ruthie and Ryan Teep, Avenue Entertainment. Just all these people have been helping me out. I appreciate you guys. Just like it's rare that you have people like that in your corner, and just like I want to commend you guys on everything that you got going on.
Yeah, and so I know if they're taking care of me, they're taking great care of you too. So man,
they taking care of me. I'm staying busy. I'm active. Actually, I have a song too. I'm doing with Kid Capri. Kid Capri and his daughter Vina Love. I'm going to drop a song with them too, and we're just waiting on everything to be finalized. And they got me doing a song with him too. So it's just like I'm ready for everything. I'm ready for all of it.
That guy, I talked to like that guy for almost 2 hours 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he's a class act, and his story is just amazing. So I mean, definitely one of my favorite interviews so far to date was him. I mean, he's a legend. So I mean, yeah, soak up as much knowledge as you can from that guy, because that's what I did for 2 hours.
For sure. I know that was a good interview for sure.
Oh man, he's like I said, he's a class act. But again, dude, I wish you nothing but the best. I can't wait for your video release. I can't wait to hear your song in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be out looking for it. And again, you know, once you hit it big, you know, or you know, once you drop the EP or the album, I want you back, because I want to be able to drop and play some of your stuff and get you know, blow you up a little bit.
Let's do it. You guys, I need you guys to follow me too. I got a website called J Sunn, jsunn.com, Jsunn Music, JSUNNMUSIC.com music. Follow me on Instagram, J Sunn 2017. Follow me on Facebook, J Sunn, JSUNNN. Follow me, guys. Just come tap into my music, tap into my life. I'm ready here. I answer back, I tap back, and just get at me, you guys.
Absolutely. I already follow you, so I'm not worried about that, but my listeners need to be out there too. So dude, again, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come talk to me. Have fun in the studio tonight, kick some ass, and we'll definitely talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys. You have a blessed one, everybody. Stay safe.
Too now, brother. You too, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. What a cool guy. Class act. Man, just all these interviews I've been talking to lately have just been freaking phenomenal. And that was another good one. All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Guys, I'm here to tell you all about the brand new revolutionary product from Manscaping today, the Lawnmower 3.0, a product that will not nick your sack and make sure that your manhood stays protected the entire time you are shaving. So do yourself a favor and go to manscaped.com and use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off the Perfect Package 3.0, which not only includes the Lawnmower 3.0, but it also includes Ball Toner, which helps prevent ingrown hairs. You get Ball Deodorant, which helps prevent chafing and man stank. You also get this awesome, sleek, stylish leather carrying case, all for $99.99. And when you use that promo code, you get 20% off. Also, just released the Weed Whacker, the perfect nose and ear hair trimmer. So again, go to manscaped.com, use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off. Trust me, your balls will thank you. Guys, ever wonder how I get this manly beard looking so good? It's all because of Viking Revolution. And at Viking Revolution, not only can you get some great beard balms, but you can also get some great beard oils, as well as some awesome quick shower pads, which helps prevent you stanking up after the gym. Also, these great wet wipes, which help prevent, stanky after going doo-doo. And also some pomades and some other great products, all at Viking Revolution. So do yourself a favor, go to dcproductions.com/sponsors, click on the banner, and get yourself some of these great products. Viking Revolution. Join the revolution. All right, and we are back. All right, so I had mentioned it at the beginning of the show, and I was talking to him about it too. So we had two big deaths today. So the first one obviously was Charlie Daniels, and we'll get to him in a moment. But the other one that I kind of really want to talk about is Nick Cordero. Nick Cordero is a Canadian Broadway actor. He was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical as his role in Cheech in the musical Broadway, Bullets Over Broadway, and a bunch of other stuff. This guy has just been around for a while. His playbill, if you go to his playbill, it's just it's stacked with stuff. And he is, he's been in A Bronx Tale, The Waitress, Bullets Over Broadway, Rock of Ages. Guy's done a lot of stuff, and 41 years old, died of COVID. That's scary. I'm 39. My average viewer is 25 to 44. And, it's scary to think about, because that's not the age that they told us. That's not the age that they said, hey, we need to be careful about this, for what, 55 and up, 60 and up is what they said. But now, there's some, and there's been others too, but, that one was a little, high profile. And it's sad to think about that someone my age passed away of a disease or a sickness that has been terrorizing the world for the last 4 months. It's not cool. And to even think about the fact that my one of my favorite actors, he's done a bunch of different stuff. He directed Garden State and acted in Garden State. He was the lead actor on Scrubs. Zach Braff was a good friend of his, and he tweeted it out this morning, and just he's heartbroken over it. And because again, we're all pretty much in that same age. I think Zach Braff is 45 or 46. So again, it's just like not far off from where I'm at, and it's truly sad to think about. So my heart goes out to him and his family. And it's just, yeah, it sucks. It really, it truly does. And then on top of that, we had musical legend, not country music legend. No, it's music legend, music icon, Charlie Daniels. He passed away this morning at the age of 83. He died. He actually had a stroke. So just, yeah, I mean, he's an icon. I mean, worked with everybody from Elvis Presley to Bob Dylan, the Marshall Tucker Band. I mean, he's done it all. He was a very passionate and political. He was, all for, living together in peace. He went to Afghanistan and Iraq and played there. He's done a lot of cool stuff. So again, Charlie Daniels dead at the age of 83 of a stroke. Damn, we've lost some good ones. you know, this year has been kind of shitty. I mean, there's no two ways around it. I mean, it really truly has. And it should make you feel what's the word? It should make you feel grateful for what you have. You know, if you've survived this outbreak, this pandemic, you know, my kudos to you. If you haven't felt the effects of it, more power to you. But there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, and enough with the trolling bullshit. I got into an argument over the weekend, and it's like I told him earlier. I love trolls. I love hecklers. So bring it, because I'm gonna squash you every time. It's who I am. And I'll never be anything else. So you want to try to troll me on my personal page? Bring it the fuck on. Honest to God, let's fucking go. And I'll make you feel smaller than you already are. So over the weekend, I had posted a meme about, you know, wearing masks and how Republicans were getting pissed off, you know, about it. And he commented below something that was pretty racist, in my opinion. It was a picture of a lady in a hijab, wearing her full, Muslim gear. And he's like, well, they have, COVID over there and they wear masks all the time. Well, first off, it's not a mask. That's number one. Number two, what's your point? The thing about it is, it's been proven that the masks help. Okay. And even then, the things that they're wearing over there are not designed for that kind of stuff. So, I mean, the stuff that they're asking us to wear here, the N94 mask or N95, whatever it is, or the medical surgical masks and stuff like that aren't the same thing as that. So that's number one. And then number two, this is what really kind of pissed me off. And it really kind of shows the systemic bullshit that we have in this country. This motherfucker went to law school to become a lawyer. And he straight up said that if it becomes a law, I can't even talk. I'm so angry. If this becomes a law, he'll refuse and he'll break the law and not wear one when he goes out in public. So somebody that is supposed to uphold the Constitution, somebody's uphold the laws of this country, and whether it's you're a public defender or whether you're a prosecutor or whatever the case might be, your job is to defend the law, period. And this asshole wants to go on there and say that I don't care what my governor says, I don't care what my elected officials say. You make it mandatory in my state, I'm not going to wear one. I'm going to go ahead and let you ponder that for a second. Really? I'll be honest. I didn't wear one until it became mandated here in Virginia. I didn't, because I didn't take it seriously enough. I didn't. But then I saw people in my company, I saw people around me, I saw other, things happening, very, very quickly. And I started wearing one. Okay. So what? Be creative with it. Buy something that, wear, an N95 and then put a covering over it just to make it look cool. I got one that has, freaking flames on it, or I don't freaking know. I got one that has a Joker face on it. It's whatever. Who cares if it's going to save your life? So, this motherfucker used a phrase that irritated the shit out of me during this argument too. He used the phrase, my body, my choice. My body, my choice is a phrase used by the feminist community to stand up against oppression for, abortion and women's rights and stuff like that. And this asshole, who, by the way, fucking condemns that shit, used it as a defense for not wearing a mask. And then when I called him out on that, he said, "Oh, nice deflecting." Nice deflecting? I'm proving a fucking point. I'm proving you fucking wrong, you fucking moron. All right, I'm done. It's time that we are united. And if we're not united, regardless of the cause, we're gonna fall flat on our faces. Bottom line. I mean, that is the real reality of it. Whether, we're all fucking Americans. We're all human beings when it comes down to it. And if you're sitting there, arguing for the fact that, oh, I don't want people to, make me wear a mask. Okay, that's fine. But there's a lot of reasons that you should. If I'm sorry that your health in life isn't that important to you, but mine is. So if you're wearing one and I'm wearing one, that double protects both of us. You're not going to walk in and sanitize your hands either. You're going to walk in and cough everywhere and not cough into your elbow like you're supposed to. I mean, where does the line go? Where's the line for not just him, but for everyone that's making these arguments? Where is it? Is there one? Or are they going to constantly just kind of be up in our faces talking and preaching their fucking beliefs, but yet then bitch about when we preach ours? That's what I hate about politics and religion and all this other crap today. When are we going to stop? When? There's no reason for this infighting. There's not. We all came from the same fucking place. Our ancestors were all Cro-Magnon man at one point in time. Our ancestors came from the same place. Our ancestors migrated out and became what we are today over millions of years. But no, we have to think that we're better than people. We have to think that we're different than this. We're different than them. Or, our cause is right and their cause is wrong. When are we going to be able to just unite as human beings and just fucking get over it? I never thought I would say this in my lifetime. But Bill and Ted said it best. Be awesome to each other. When you've got to quote a cheesy 90s flick, which, by the way, has a new movie coming out, another sequel, in order to prove your point, you got problems, but I mean, their slogan of be awesome to each other still applies today. It really does. I went back and like I said earlier, I went back and I watched Rent today. And there's a song in there talking about, being alive in America at the end of the millennia. And the things that they were talking about in that movie, which, by the way, that movie was supposed to take place in the 80s and it was written in the 80s. And it didn't start being on Broadway until 95, 96. But to have a song that still resonates today, it was really kind of, I don't want to say creepy, but it was sad to know that the systemic bullshit that we dealt with in the 80s and 90s and even the 70s and 60s and 50s and blah, 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 blah is still happening in 2020. But if you haven't watched Rent, definitely take a look at that. It's on right now. The movie is available on Hulu. But if you don't want to watch the whole thing, go back and just listen to that. It's toward the end of the movie. But it's talking about living life in America at the end of the millennia. Well, now we're living in America at the beginning of the millennia. I mean, it's still 2020, so I mean, we still got plenty of time. So, I mean, but it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed in almost 40 years since that, or 30 years, whatever it was, 35 years that play was written. So what makes us think that it's going to change in the next 10 or 20? Rodney and I had talked about this on Friday, and I talked about this last month. Ooh, almost fucked up my Captain America there. We talked about this last month when I was talking to the lady from the National LGBTQ Task Force, that she doesn't foresee, and Rodney doesn't foresee, and I don't foresee change, whether it be for the Black Lives Matter movement, whether it be for the LGBTQIA movement, or any other movement happening in our lifetime. And that's a real gut punch. So I'm hoping that my children's generation sees it. I truly do. I hope my 18-year-old gets to see change in her lifetime. I mean, she's gay. I hope that she doesn't have to, succumb to the same bullshit that they went through in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I hope that my 9-year-old can grow up in a society where, being black isn't a bad thing. I hope and pray that we can all just, that my children see that we are all just human, and people eventually, see that. Whether you want to quote Martin Luther King Jr. and the I Have a Dream or whatever the case might be. But, that still hasn't even come to fruition, because we're still dealing with it today. And that's really fucking sad to think about. Yeah. So what y'all got going on? No. All right. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where to go anymore with all this. I'm sick and tired of talking about it. So I think unless something major happens, I'm done talking about it for a while, because it's irritating the shit out of me. And one of the big things about this show is supposed to be of support of mental health, and it's starting to get under my skin to where it's affecting my mental health. And it's aggravating as shit. So I'm done talking about it for a while. I know we need to continue to talk about it, but my show right now is not going to be the platform for that. I will continue to talk about it on social media, where I've got 15,000 followers, and I'll continue to preach it on there. But this show is going to be about the positive side of things. The show is going to be about what we can do to correct the system, and not me bitching about the bullshit that's happening. Especially now that I got a new sponsor coming on Wednesday. So starting Wednesday, I'll start promoting the mental health app BetterHelp. They're coming on as a sponsor. So I'm really looking forward to working with them, because that helps my cause even more. Because that's one of my biggest things on the show is, again, mental health. I don't talk about it all the time, because that would get way depressing, but it's a main theme on this show. And I try to make people laugh, because I want people to know that I'm bipolar. I want people to know that I'm depressed and have depression issues and anxiety issues, because when you know that, and then you hear me talk about the stuff that I talk about and make jokes and laugh about it and stuff like that, it helps people. It makes you kind of go, okay, he's got that issue and he's dealing with the way he's dealing with it. And I know that he's, made a positive impact on himself and other people, so I can do the same thing. That was the whole idea behind the show, was that. And over the last month, it's kind of gotten off track because of this shit. And I need to get back on that track. I need to get back on that topic. So I'm going to end the show today on this note. Let's get my mental health quote for the day going. Especially on Monday. It's one of those things that we all need. Monday is not exactly the best day in the week. And we need to make sure that we're all taking care of ourselves. All right. So I had one picked up and I lost it again. I did this on Friday too. I need to get better about this. I just need to like fucking save it on my phone. Yeah, that's not the one. Oh, here it is. It. What we achieve inwardly will change our reality, or change our outer. I can't even talk today. I'm so angry. What we achieve inwardly will change our outer reality. I like that. It basically just means that if you change what's inside of you, you'll see the outside in a better place. So if you change the perception in your own mind, you can see the perception change in your future. Yeah. So change your mind in order to change your reality. That's the best way I could put it. So, I'm going to end the day with a joke. Just because I need people laughing. And it's going to be a cheesy joke. Just because. So, there was this guy. He's blind. Had a dog, going through the grocery store. And he stops dead in the middle of, one of the aisles. Grabs his dog by the collar and starts whipping him around his head. One of the workers ran and said, "What the hell are you doing to that dog?" He goes, Sir, it's okay. I'm just looking around. Guys, I hope you have a great fucking week, rest of your week. I love everybody. Peace.